the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Yo, GM, you all. How are you all doing today? Oh, where are you, Nick?
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here. Don't
hey,
worry.
you're
I
here.
was having a technical difficulty, but I've
I
solved it.
thought, I thought I was alone suddenly. Okay, now
I
I
will
can
never
do
leave
it.
you alone, Diego. I will never
Thanks,
leave you
bro.
alone. I
This
will always
is
be there from like what
this
5,000 miles away, wherever it is.
this is why you're my homie, man. Okay, so GM, everyone, we have a lot to cover today on the $1 Trade Show. I'm Diego, and this is Nick, my friend, and we are the hosts of the show. So we are also the founders of Groovy Market. If you want to try it out, go to playground.groovy.market and you can use our test net, um, give us feedback, create your own market about pretty much anything. You can even create parlays there as well. And yeah, let's hear from you what you guys have to say. Okay, let me share my screen and let's start it because we have so much content to cover today. So
So much,
basically,
so much.
there was Polymarket Bet, predicted trader, was sharing this. So crazy OTC trading of the Polymarket token at an FDV of 9 billion. So guys, there is not a Polymarket token yet. This is basically people predicting the future valuation of a potential token for Polymarket. And there's people around paying for those potential tokens, an amount of money that would represent a full diluted valuation of the total amount of tokens of $9 billion. So based on that, Doomer, who we mentioned here already, who has been posting great content, came here to say a lot of interesting stuff that we are going to cover. So my very long take on a potential polymarket token and the alleged 9 billion valuation. Kaushi also has a notable valuation, but I'm going to focus on polymarket oh shit, specifically. I don't know,
Fuck man,
especially. I don't know,
especially,
especially, but this is not especially what
specifically is what it is. It's
specifically here because of the rumored airdrop for users. So there is this say about a potential airdrop. So it's most likely that they are going to launch on the US. I mean, of course they are going to launch in the US, but we don't know anything about a token yet. So far, it's only speculation. So I've been trading on Polymarket since January 2021. Managed to do large volume. I trade on this site and similar markets because I really like it. It's my job and also my favorite hobby. I've traded stocks, bet sports, played poker, but prediction markets are the best fit for me for two reasons. I can trade things that I care about and find fun, and these markets very much distill skill from luck in the long run. We've been talking about it, how you have to be skilled to trade prediction markets. There might be some lucky element there, but you need skills. On the topic of polymarket tokens, especially, people are always talking to me about valuations in airdrop and timing, especially whether it's the right time yet for an airdrop. I've been told unprompted by friends that my airdrop will be massive. I usually just say, yeah, maybe, and I don't think about it. It's not under my control in any way. Exactly.
Yeah, and also
So
he's just enjoying using the platform, right? He's not
this is,
farming. He's not one of those farmers like, oh, I really want a big airdrop. Like he's
yes,
just enjoying the platform. So he's the
this
sort of
is
guy
the
who
real. This is
should
the
get a
real
big airdrop.
user. This is the
Yeah,
real
the
user
real
that
user.
should be rewarded
The real
with an
users.
airdrop. That's
There's
it.
very few you guys in crypto.
It's very few users like this. these days. So I can't know whether the amount I could get is minuscule or significant. Basing any decision around it would be silly, but my personal hesitance to get excited aside, I do know one thing. If it did happen, I would be very reticent to sell any tokens. Okay,
Oh,
this
interesting.
is good.
But
In
this
fact,
goes contrary to what we've
it's
seen in
contrary.
research, where the
It's
people
contrary.
who that
Exactly.
flog their tokens immediately make the most money.
Yes. Exactly.
Consistent.
That's my take. This is why my handle is take profits. I mean, if you get an airdrop, I just sell that.
Who
Yeah.
do you think? Who do you think you're buying when companies IPO? Who do you think you're buying the stock off of? Do you think it's do you think
Yes.
it's everyday people, or do you think it's the shareholders who bought it at a cheaper price?
Exactly. Exactly. That's the point. That's the point. So when you buy tokens, imagine you didn't get an airdrop and you go there running to buy the new tokens. Dude, you're just buying liquidity from VCs,
You're
investors.
the exit. You're
Yeah,
the exit
yeah,
money.
you are their exit. Not saying that you can make money, you know. I remember back in the day, several years ago, when Uniswap released a token. I remember people. It was at night. People were really excited, dumping their tokens. I was buying more, and I did that for a couple of days, and it was a
And
good
it just
trade,
pumped.
but
It
it
pumped up to
bumped a lot.
40, right? Like it pumped.
Ah, no, I'm talking about when it was around $7, $8, 10 maybe.
Oh,
So, I mean, when
right.
it was released, it went to 40. I mean,
No, it was
a long
like
time.
it was 2 decimal place cheap. It was cents when it first came out.
Yeah,
I remember we were working with a guy at the time. He was like, "Look at this! Oh my god!" And they went to $7, and he was like, "Oh my
yes,
god!"
exactly. I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot make. I remember some people did the same with ENS. I mean, the token pumped right after the airdrop for. But
Yeah,
it happens with ICOs. I can search for charts about it. Even with ICOs, sorry, with IPOs in traditional markets, it happens. The papers tends to pump
yeah,
and
yeah.
then they die. But anyway, it's interesting. He's saying that he would be. He's not saying that he wouldn't sell, but he would be very reticent to sell.
Risk.
Yes.
Yes.
So in fact, I would
He'd probably
probably
buy
buy
more. He
more.
goes on to say he'd
That's
buy
it.
more.
9 billion to me, if that's the valuation of a token, doesn't seem high. Doesn't seem high at all. Why is that? Well, the problem for prediction market was always one thing. It was a niche product. It was gimmick for dorks. Average people didn't know what they were, barely cared. It was an oddity. You needed to educate.
Arguably, still
It is, right? I was thinking about this. Remember,
Arguably,
we've been
still is.
talking about it. So go to conference, go to talk to even crypto people, ask them about Polymarket. They heard about it, but most of them never use it.
Never used it.
So we're not quite there yet.
This is why this dude's a power
Yes,
user.
he is. He is.
People should listen to him because he's a power user. He actually
Yes,
knows.
and but that's the kind of problem of we in crypto. We tend to believe that people are using crypto and people are using DeFi and people are using these tools because we talk to people who use that. But actually,
Yeah.
most of people still don't use that. I mean, we are still to see people embrace it.
Mass
Yeah,
adoption.
the adoption. So that is no longer the case. I would disagree with this take. So the average crypto person is very well aware of Polymarket, and we are approaching the point where the average non-crypto person has at least heard of this and at least loosely understand its convincing meaning. Yes, I'm not
think
sure.
that would maybe be a US centric
Could be.
point of view. I think in America, yes, because Cauchy's bigger in America. So if you've heard of Cauchy, you've probably heard of Polymarket. That might be wrong, but I would imagine
Yes.
if you heard of one, you've
Yes.
heard
I
of
mean, there's always some.
But I think that's really US centric. If I go to people around here, they've not heard of Polymarket, right?
I can't.
It depends on the circles you operate in, right?
I can.
If I go down to the Rangers football
I'm sorry, I'm
ground
gonna hurt some people, but I cannot
and
cannot
ask
miss the
them,
chance to make this joke. Of course, this is US centric, guys. You are the center of the world. I wish I was American. I was the bigger country, but just a joke aside. But yeah,
You say that, but I lived in what was the biggest country in the world for a while. It's not great here anymore.
yeah, okay, yeah.
We're their cousins.
I live in the country of the future, and things ever, and it seems that the future never comes. Anyway, it's just my envy of not
All
being
right,
there.
sorry guys, off
Okay,
on the tangent.
coming
This
back,
is what you get when you tune into
now that
Groovy.
education is well on the way, it's a matter of making it easier to onboard users for mass adoption. Something that Polymarket's competitor Kaush is currently excelling at via fiat partnerships. That's true, and we are going to talk about it later.
Yeah.
So even still, as hyper as prediction markets are right now, I think people underappreciate the full scope of all of this. And this is not a message from a shill. It's a message for someone who is doing this as my job in the world for a long time and from thinking about,
Yes, as a power
yes,
user,
you're great, man.
not a content creator.
Polymarket is at the nexus of many valuable things. As a company, it is the nexus of the blockchain and financial markets. I agree. The blockchain wants to get into financial markets and be taken seriously. And financial markets wants to get into the blockchain and stay apace with new tech. Will Polymarket merge these two worlds to an effective degree? Maybe. If the answer is yes, 9 billion is a stupid low. Yes. This is basically the same thesis from people evaluating Ethereum. So, okay, all the world is going to be on Ethereum, so Ethereum is cheap. And anyway, but yeah, I totally agree with the thesis. As a market for users, Polymarket is the nexus of importance and fun. For instance, betting with a sports books when you get off work is fun, but not very important. And pricing bond default risk via an RF key, which I don't know what it is. So your trading desk may be important, but it is not many people's idea of fun. Yeah, okay, it's too complex. Polymarket is both a consumer product for someone who's just making a bet on something not super serious.
Let me just jump in. RFQ is request for quote.
Okay.
It's a trading
Okay,
terminology.
Yeah, so it makes so you need someone in between you and actually the market to do the trade.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Polymarket is both a consumer product for someone who's just making a bet or something not super serious. So Strimping going to say the term XYZ in his speech, and it is a professional product for very high level traders trading to predict something that is more complex, like what the Federal Reserve is going to do 6 months from now. So you can have a portfolio of $10. Hey, shout out to us. And the betting only on cricket matches. You can have a portfolio of 25 million and be market making the next world leaders in various countries. Totally agree. And this is what we are trying to show you guys. So we are seeing people with huge amount of money playing on Polymarket, and you guys see us placing bets with $1, which should be enough.
Yeah. And just to quick zoom out, the reason you don't see that, well, I'm talking from a UK perspective, but I suspect it's similar in the US. The reason you don't see that sort of diversity is because sports books, as the US call them, or bookies as we call them here, don't want big rollers who win.
Yeah.
So they make it difficult for them to play, right? So you don't get that variance in the players. It's the permissionless participation, because there's not a centralized body creaming money off the top and making billions every year from the users. That doesn't happen on prediction markets. That's why they're so important in that sense, right? We talk about banking the unbanked with Bitcoin, right? There's really nothing else as far as I'm concerned that we'll be doing that. We'll see in 10 years. But this is again another play very similar to that. There are selfish central parties who make a lot of money out of running sports books and having regulators, and Polymarket totally flips that. Yes, we'll work with the regulators. We don't need to centralize pot of money. Yes pays no, and no pays yes, and we take a cut for our infrastructure. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
That's a revolution in this space, which has been really
that's the most
traditional. I mean, with no innovation for several years.
Since the beginning of time, there's always been a bookie who makes money. Polymarket doesn't make money whether you lose or win. Bookies have a vested interest in what direction
Yes,
you bet.
the
Tell me why that's
yes,
corrupt. That's
they
corrupt
set the
more.
odds in a way that they can make money always, not you.
Yeah, it's opaque.
Yes. So these markets will be
Ran
intertwined
over.
with AI to make us all smarter. And that's no AI as a buzzword. Artificial intelligence will be utilized to give us better ways to make prediction for the future. And then those predictions being tested in the real world will be utilized to make AI even more intelligent. It's a virtual cycle of improving our forecasting baby step by baby step. Yes, it's accuracy that we need in prediction markets, and AI will help us. And we need to get smarter because humans in prediction markets are not even close to being great at forecasting. Yes, there's bias always. So the term
Mhm.
prediction markets and the word efficient don't belong in the same sentence. Okay, and I've been asking, how can we make prediction markets more efficient? So things are wrong all the time. Now, don't misunderstand. Humans and markets are certainly better than we were 20 years ago in forecasting. But that's a very low bar. We need to get better at figuring out what's coming, and a market like Polymarket will legitimately assist with that. This is not some inconsequential or theoretical problem. Guys, I know this is long, but this is pretty interesting. So,
Yeah.
if decision makers figured out the COVID was more serious a few days earlier, I think that was the indication from Polymarket and its users. Would our quality of life be better today because of it? Would Trump have easy won re-election in 2020 if Powell at all had figured out what inflation was not transitory in two meetings before they did figure it out circa 2022? Another one where Polymarket traders had a long inkling. Would they have curtailed the worst of inflation? Would Biden have a decent chance at being reelected? So basically, he's saying here, so prediction markets gave us hints on these situations before they happen. So this is the importance of prediction markets and help us to actually have a better life, not only making money.
I understand where he's coming from with it, but he's presuming that the government would listen to that data rationally. And there was a lot of very rational scientific data around COVID that was being straight up ignored. So, yeah, we can have the data, but if actually nobody acts rational, the data doesn't actually
Yeah,
matter.
yeah, that's a good point. That's a pretty good point. I mean,
I mean, I'm all for it,
but I
like what
think
he's saying,
yeah,
totally all for it. I think it gives the people more power to lean into their local government people in that sense, right? You could have like, I don't what they called in America, like mayors or what was it, senators? Senators run states or
no,
something? Is that?
senators,
I'm
the
not entirely sure of the way.
governors run the states. Yeah.
Governors. That's it. It's governors. Okay, so it's MPs over here, right? So like you would report to your MP and you'd be like, look at this information, look at this data. Why are you guys
Mhm.
not acting on this information? Maybe we could have had a more grassroots response to COVID, for
Yeah,
example. Um,
but I think
but when it comes to inflation, economists
I
don't
think the point
project
here
things all day.
that could be made here is that okay, we actually have the information, but we have sometimes like misleading information, but we only know that in the future, and the prediction markets could
Yes.
work
Yeah.
as a
Yeah. Yeah.
filter for this because the information is always available,
Yeah.
and this is the points that we've discussed before. So prediction markets are not a different kind of news. Actually, it could be a filter for okay, what is worth paying attention and what
Mhm.
is not worth. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
finally, on timing, does Polymarket need to wait for a bull market to drop a token? I doubt that enters the calculus. I doubt that enters the calculus. So this is not a fly-by-night operation. My reading on the company, the founder, is that the point isn't to get rich from a token and go sip drinks on an island somewhere. The vision is bigger. Yes, we believe that, and they've been talking about that. So the token will be underpin the site and likely be integrated in both market creation and market resolutions. It will be a necessary utility. The point of the token isn't a high valuation, although that matters obviously. The point is the effectiveness of the whole endeavor. And we saw last week people talking about how a token could be used for for resolution if it's tied to Polymarket instead of a Yuma token, maybe that could bring us less problem with these attacks on the resolution. So to me, the time,
Possibly, yeah.
yeah, probably. So the timing of when this all happens is probably moot. Polymarket dropping a token and everything that will happen in relation to that might just create a hasten, a bull market by itself. Hasten. Okay. A bull market.
Hasten a bill more. So move it along
Okay.
fast.
So okay, so basically he's saying here that okay, Polymarket has potential to become so big and so important that if Polymarket launches a token, that will be an element for a bull market, and not waiting for a bull market to launch a token. So the reason of bull market will be the token and not the other way around.
I would say one thing: Polymarket has zero correlation on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin drives every bull market.
So far.
So it always will, because it's the longest. It will always do it. It's always the tailwind for everything else. There's no, if anything, it was Ethereum that would have been trying to take down. The flippening never happened,
yeah.
right? And it's unlikely to ever happen, right? So I think I don't think it would catalyze a bull run unless we were already set up for a bull run, and then it would push us over the edge, possibly, but it wouldn't catalyze it. It wouldn't be this the fire.
For
Right, it wouldn't be, what word am I looking for? It wouldn't be the ember. It wouldn't be the ember of it. But I like the moot point aspect of it, right? But I come from a different point of view. It doesn't matter when they release the token, because prediction markets are not correlated with crypto markets.
Yes,
they're not correlated, right? And when a bull market runs, prediction markets do well. When a bear market runs, prediction markets do well. Were we in a bull market when the elections were on in the US? No, we weren't. Did Polymarket smash
a bull market for prediction markets will be related to elections? That's correct. Yeah, totally agree.
Exactly. It's a vet, because it's an event. Prediction markets, for anybody who doesn't understand, they're for events. So an event can catalyze a bull run in prediction markets. March Madness, football season, a war. Like, all these things will drive a lot of volume into prediction markets. So there's no correlation between the crypto markets, prediction markets. Success.
So guys, just shout out once again to Doomer. Dude, it's really cool to see.
You like to post, which is great. If you're watching, please, come on, talk to us, because I think you're a power user. You totally understand this stuff. And the only places we disagree are on very nuanced things. Like, generally, the direction is totally on.
And it's clearly. I mean, he's excited and he's interested, and he's a power user of Polymarket. But this is not chill, and it's good to read some depth content like this without chilling.
He's not fishing for a badge.
He's not fishing for a badge.
He's not fishing for a badge. He's one of the only dudes out there who isn't fishing for a badge.
I'm not gonna spend the whole time reading everything here, but guys, make sure to follow him. Take a look at this. Make your own conclusions. Let us know if you agree or if you disagree with this, but this is great content. So let's move forward, because we have a lot of things to cover today. So everybody was talking about the government shutting down. And of course, there are markets about it. So this guy, this Chris Lederman, he's a growth market at Polymarket, was just saying, okay, I have a friend who works at the government. And a few days ago, he called me personally asking what Polymarket odds were for the government. Okay, sorry, your friend is lazy. I mean, I understand why he works for the government. He's a lazy person. Just go to Polymarket, search for. I worked for the government here for a long time. I can say that. So, dude, go to Polymarket. I know you're telling a story, to try to bring your attention to what you're saying. But yes. Anyway, basically what he's saying is that if you want to understand what's going on, but if you don't want to research deeply on that, just go to prediction markets, check it out, to try and have a forecast of what's going on. So he didn't want to spend time researching, because he's lazy, and learning the ins and outs of why this is happening. And that's okay. He just wanted to know. Okay, he doesn't want to learn. He just, okay, tell me what to do. This is people in general. Polymarket predictions supply that. Sooner than you think, I predict we'll be saying check the Polymarkets tandem with, just Google it. Maybe it's too much, but it's the same narrative that I found here from Kaushi, which, I mean, it's the same playbook.
Well, because it's the prediction market narrative,
It is.
right? Like nobody owns
Yes,
it.
yes,
Arguably, if anybody owns it, it is Polymarket because they were here
yes,
first,
yes. And I mean, for
right?
markets with higher volume, for sure, whoever has higher volume will have kind of the truth. So, and basically, this guy was saying something really similar here about how to use Cauchy to hedge your life. And he was just saying, okay, people are concerned about the government shutting down, and maybe you work for the government and you are not sure if you are going to get paid next month if the government shuts down. How can you could you
Mhm.
hedge yourself from a situation like this? Go to prediction markets, you open a position there. So okay, if you're still getting paid, good, you get a salary. If you're not getting paid and because the government shut down, if you had a position there, okay, at least you can make some money. Basically was his theory on or how you could use prediction markets to hedge yourself, which is interesting. um well, okay. Once again, we have Farok here from Myriad Markets. And yesterday or a
I need to
couple
get
of days
that
ago, he
post up
posted
actually.
something really, really similar. Okay, Poly Market and Kaushi are there fighting, and Myriad is just here chilling. It's fun. He has the vibes. He knows how to do his.
Yeah. He's just like this is hilarious. We're just going to sit back and watch these two
Yes.
decimate each other and see what happens.
I feel you, man. Nick and I, we are here. We're doing the same,
Hmm.
basically. So, okay. And dude, I will follow this guy just because he's Prison Mike.
Who?
He's
You follow?
Prison Mike. I don't even know who he is, but he's Prison Mike, dude. It's cool.
Prison Mike?
Prison Mike, though, The Office,
Let me check.
the American version of The Office. So
Ah,
this is Prison Mike. So basically, he was reposting. It was the same post from Farouk from yesterday. He was just okay. Poly market with almost 14 billion, Kaushi with almost 2 billion, and Myriad markets with 8.5 million. But as Nick and I were saying, dude, I would be glad if there was almost $10 million on my protocol, on my prediction market. I would be
yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. And also, like, he's an OG. They own Decrypt, right? If anybody's set to start implementing prediction markets directly into the news, into the crypto news, it's those guys, right? It's just like, please give me 8 million. I will take 8 million in volume all day,
I would
right? It's just like that's cool.
anytime.
That's cool. That's proven a point.
Anytime.
I don't even think they've got to the point where they're ready to fully deploy their other assets to it, you know?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, let's move forward. Dude, I don't know what's going on, but my internet's trolling me.
Seems all
Yeah.
right. Seems all right, man.
Okay. And dude, I love this. So maybe this could be if you are a KOL and if you won your badge, this could be your strategy. Send DMs to.
Can you zoom in? Because I
Oh,
can't see it. I can't see it.
what is this? What is it? Damn. See,
How much more
I
zooming
don't
in
know.
can
I'm
we get?
frozen. Okay.
Oh, now we're gone. Now it's too deep. Now it's too deep.
Yes. So yes, the guy's just saying, okay, room for one more. Oh, for all market traders and for Kaushi ecosystem. Everybody wants his badge. Everybody wants their badge.
I think we should. I think they should allow multiple badges, and we can all be like top tarts and just go between them
I
all.
think so.
You know, like that's it.
So this week,
I think we should be allowed
I'm
that.
Polymarket team. Tomorrow I'm Kaushi team, and could be.
Yeah, exactly. Just let us sleep around, right? Because you're all great, and we all just want to have love and fun.
Yeah.
Just
And maybe he will get York because John Wang.
maybe he doubles
Yeah,
in.
John Wang from Kaushi 17.
We've spoke about John Wang loads of times, and because we are a prediction market, he doesn't
And
respond to us. It's a bit sad. It's a bit
and
tribal.
we are going to talk about him today again.
I know we always talk about John because he says good
Okay, and this is, dude, I don't know
stuff.
what's your political view. I don't care. But every time that I see this,
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's a prediction
care.
market. It's what direction do you believe it's
Every
going to
time
go?
I see this guy,
My
I
opinion
cannot say
isn't
there's a
valid.
voice in my mind that don't say JD. I always read DJ Vance, and there's even a voice in my mind saying
Like,
DJ.
it's not BJ Vance.
But I mean, the important thing about this is not this guy name or anything. I mean, this is vice president of the US.
It's his
Is the
eyes
f-
and how small they are.
Is
His
the
head.
no man? It's even more important than this. World of Statistics has a Cauchy badge, dude.
They're just handing them out. Jake, they just walk down the street of like where they work, and they're just like, are they going to a coffee
I know
shop?
you
And
will
you're like,
love.
yo, you're on Twitter.
I know you will love that.
Stand up.
I know you
Oh.
will love that, dude. This was so random. It was so random.
I saw one the other day. It was an account created in September of some hot girl, and she had a Cauchy badge because she was a hot girl. It was like,
Yes.
what the fuck are you guys doing?
This is yeah.
I don't think she did anything prediction markets or anything like that. She just like created an account in September 2025, and then next thing you know,
Maybe she's
got a Cauchy
maybe
badge.
they saw.
So
Maybe
anybody
she
can get
didn't
them.
do anything in prediction markets yet, but Cauchy has a special powers to predict the future, and they are believing in her potential.
Maybe that's it. Well, I do. I can't. I just thought of an actual legitimate reason. She actually worked at Cauchy,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
she just created. And somebody
It's an
was like, "Yeah,
employee.
creating it."
If
and
it's
they
an
gave her a badge,
employee,
right?
yeah,
Like,
sure.
yeah, as an employee, she like so that could be
Could be.
it. Like, or
But dude,
and in fact, there are a lot of people, particularly women I know, who aren't on Twitter.
who aren't?
So who aren't on Twitter, they don't use it. They're just like, what the fuck? I understand it is literally a fucking cesspool.
Yes, it is a nightmare sometimes.
Like it deeply affects everybody's mental health being on Twitter.
Yes. Anyway, dude, it was so random. I wanted to highlight this. So, World of Statistics. I was not even following them before, but I don't know why. Now I am not because Cauchy, because it's a nice account, some curious stuff. But dudes, they have a Cauchy bet now. Makes sense. I mean, statistics. It has to do with prediction markets, of course, data, how you can predict the future, this kind of stuff. But yeah, it was so random. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm wondering, like, if we just bought a couple of like big Twitter accounts or had Twitter accounts and bought a whole bunch of followers for it, right? And just bull posted the fuck out of like Polymarket and Cauchy, and then DM'd them saying, "Yo, can I get a badge?" If they would just
Let's try. I don't know. Maybe we should try as a social experience.
Then the most successful account, we just change into the Groovy Market account and keep the
badge. That would be nice. That would be cool. Okay, so since we are talking about people getting badges, dude, Ollie, and shout out to Ollie.
Yeah, he's not immutable anymore.
He's immutable. That's out. It. He's not immutable
right
anymore.
And now his posts, I'll be honest, like his posts are good and all that, but they're less valuable now because they're all about Cauchy.
Yes.
This is what people don't understand. If you back a team wholly, generally your account becomes less valuable to everybody else. So unless you're like a big bull and you've got loads of followers, like bull posting about Cauchy only has made his feed less interesting.
Yes, man.
Sad to say, but it's true. Because now it's just Cauchy this, Cauchy that, and I'm like, dude, I don't care. I really enjoyed your takes. How much are they paying you? Like, how much? I would like to know what on average what they're paying people, right? Because if it's like $1,000,
no, it should.
And you could probably make that just by being a good content creator.
So this guy really.
Oh, he's head of growth, isn't he?
I'm maybe not. I don't know, head of growth. He's at growth at Cauchy.
He's
maybe I don't know. Maybe he's head of growth. I don't know. I mean,
no, he's not head of growth.
He's working for Cauchy. And anyway, he was working at Immutable, which is a big company and has been around for many years. So probably he's know his thing. And he was posting a lot about prediction market. It was pretty good posts. He was posting daily.
It was really good short
daily updates,
dailies, and I thought they were excellent.
Yes, I thought they were excellent. We covered an article from him as well, And actually, I thought that Immutable was doing something related to prediction markets. That will
Yeah,
be
because
natural.
their head of growth and
Yes,
him were posting.
exactly. But now he's at Kaushi. I mean, I wish you all the best, man. I mean, we should. I hope you're happy at
Is it
Kaushi, and
like I don't
yeah,
know, like oh no, no, there's no
no,
thing. It's just
yeah,
like the account is less valuable now.
yeah.
That's it. It's
Unfortunately, he
like I
was
thought I thought it
posting.
was really useful.
Yeah,
Now I just ignore it
yeah.
because it's
Unfortunately, he was
one
posting
sided.
a lot of good content about general prediction markets, about everything, and now it's only about Kaushi. But I mean, yeah,
Okay, KOLs.
it
Here's
is
the
what it
play.
is.
Here's the play. KOLs right out there. You guys that really want to cream this, right? Go to one side, both post the shit out of it, then have an explosion and say, "I don't like this." Right? I want to be on the other side publicly. Ask Polymarket. Polymarket will take you in. Bill post the shit out of that. Build your audience. Then tell them both to go fuck themselves. And then just like rinse money out of the rest of the prediction market industry because we actually need some KOLs with experience who aren't just tied to Polymarket or Kalshi.
That's it. That's what we need. That's what. Okay, a guy with.
I think we must have lost like 50 viewers there just off that one,
Yeah,
man.
but no worry. Okay, someone with a different badge at least. So
Yeah.
Andrew works on a on-chain sports betting and Gamblify, co-founder and product lead at SX Bet. Basically, the entire timeline is hyping up Kaushi at the moment, but the long-term winner is this in this space will be on-chain, decentralized, and actively driving take rate to zero. Wrote this article 4 years on the future of sports betting, and basically, I mean, this is the false promise of centralized betting exchanges. So when he compares growth and time, it shows that as much growth as it gets, it extracts more time from users. And on the other hand, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, platforms relationship to complements. So devs, creators, business. As much as a platform grows over time, it tends to compete more with everyone else. So over 20 years ago, centralized betting exchanges like Betfair were started in order to bank on these downsides in an attempt to capture market share. By offering a peer-to-peer market, Betfair and its competitors provided better transparency, lower costs, and didn't ban winners. However, this proved short-lived, unfortunately. While centralized betting exchanges are a leg up from sports books, historically over time, all centralized betting exchanges have eventually degraded. So what he's saying here is
Agreed.
degreed. Okay. So basically what he's saying,
Oh no, I said I
ah,
agreed, but yes, it is greed because I've worked for
yes,
betting exchanges in the past, and they are
this is,
greedy,
but this,
and they don't really care about their users or any shit like that. They just want the
yeah,
money.
that's the thing. So you can start differently, but if you want to stay in the game, it seems that you have to kind of follow the rules on how this traditional
Exactly.
markets.
That's exactly it because you're going to have regulators up your ass, and the thing is I think what actually the key point is here is the people that start betting exchanges come from that industry already, so they're already programmed thinking like that. Where prediction markets, excluding Kalshi because it isn't crypto native right now, right? But Polymarket comes from an entirely different way of thinking about the world and how businesses should
Mhm.
operate.
Yeah, this is why his point is okay, the winner will be on chain, decentralized, and with zero fees. Okay, next one, and we talked about good once before. I mean, a couple of times before. He has some interesting takes, and here I think it's most interesting is to question what he's saying here. So, if you're launching a token in prediction markets, make it do something. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the token needs to have a actual use. So, potential use cases by product type. So, venues, exchanges. So, fee rebates, governance. No man, no governance. Market creation incentives. My take here is no governance at all. If you wanna so first, if you want to release a token, run your business as a company, not as a DAO, to give power to people, because most time people don't know what they want, and they look for their own interests, not for the business itself. So yes, run
Yeah.
your business. I mean, release a token, give use for the token, give something back to users for sure, but don't give your business.
Enrich your community, but you don't need to give them voting
Yes,
rights
exactly.
and like that, because we've seen that been hijacked many
Yes.
times.
So when it
So
comes to infrastructure, oracles, staking, dispute resolution, reliability guarantees. Yes, so dispute resolution, it makes sense for token holders. I mean, it's a little bit related to governance, but but it comes to how reliable the platform is. So if you start to hijack the platform that you hold tokens of, I mean, you're hijacking yourself because you're draining value from your own token. But yeah, better than kind of staking. I see. Let's finish then before I give my take here. Aggregators terminals. So okay, premium analytics, API access, loyalty rewards. Yeah, it would be good to have some analytics like traditional brokerage. They share analytics with customers, this kind of
mhm.
stuff. Social gamifieds. Okay, creator rewards. This is what we're doing at Groovy. So referral loops, in-app perks. Yeah, referrals. Okay. Yeah, referrals. It's a way to actually gamify and bring incentives for people to bring more people in. What we are trying to do at Groovy, and what I think it's a good use case of tokens, is to generate real yield. So you run a business, your business is profitable. So good business have to be profitable, and profitable business tend to stay profitable. So give back to your people who actually are using it. Could be like a form of a cashback or revenue participation, something like that. So you incentivize people to hold the tokens, not use the tokens to trade, and to participate in your protocol as they were kind of partners of the protocol. I think that's the best use for a token.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't, and even in that case, like you don't, governance is not required for them to
No,
earn
not at
money,
all.
right? And it's just I think the future of tokens should be passive income, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Like anybody anybody that releases a passive income token should win,
Yes.
right? Even if people are pumping and dumping, it has zero impact on how much money you're making off the protocol,
Yes. Exactly.
right? It's like, if fuck it, pump it, dump it if you like. I don't care. I'm holding 100,000 of these, and
Yes.
I'm getting a passive income of like $1,000 a month just for holding these
Yes.
tokens. Go find me somewhere in meme coin land or any other token, L1, L2, anything that does that. So passive, I think tokens should start to be treated as passive incomes. I suspect that you end up with like regulatory
For sure.
problems
Yeah.
with that,
Maybe.
right? Because it's almost
Probably.
like I own shares in this business, and they make money from it. But if they have no voting rights and they don't
Hmm.
actually own it,
Yes.
they don't own the company,
No.
then maybe you can skip past that. But I think from our
It
point
will
of
be
view,
loyalty.
we have this
It will be a
mantra:
loyalty system.
enrich the
Yes.
community, and that's
It
the
will
way
be
you
a
do it.
loyalty system, and if you have enough loyalty points, you get money from that. You don't need to sell your
Yeah,
points to do. So think about it. Basically, Cauchy and Polymarket, they are okay with fiat and USDC, but everybody thinks about in terms of dollars. Of course, imagine if you're generating revenue and it's enough revenue, USDC, dollars, whatever. You just hold tokens. It's loyalty. It's according to your participation, how many people you bring to your protocol, how much money you use that. If you are good user, so if you're a good player, if you have profits, you earn more points. This kind of stuff, and just by holding that, you get part of the revenue, not in a volatile
yeah,
asset, in a stable asset in dollars.
yeah,
That's it. That's my
yeah. That's it. Pay people in
yes.
dollars right now,
That's
because
it.
that's all. I get it. I get at the beginning of a bull run, it's nice to hold tokens for L1s and stuff like that because they're going to pump. And if you don't need the cash right now, that's great. Hold on to it, run the pump. But if you're in a bear market, like people need
Yes.
USDC, they need to eat, they need to pay their rent, they need to do stuff. Like crypto acts like crypto like companies, and I'd say some of them, I'd say maybe
Hmm.
I won't name any names, right? But they act like people don't have bills to pay in dollars or pounds. And, like they're like, oh, our coin can pay for nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing until I convert it to something else. So let's act like that for a while until the dollar collapses and we're all in Bitcoin. Then we're all going to have to pay people in Bitcoin, right?
Let's see.
Can't help
We'll
it.
get to
Can't
that.
help it.
So yeah, this is interesting. So it's Money Fetish, who has a Cowshe badge and who's listing tools for Polymarket. So I'm not gonna go.
Yeah,
Go.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
I don't know. Maybe he got the badge after he posted it.
Maybe. Oh, he's maybe doing what I suggested earlier, pumping the Cowshe, building his audience, wait until the audience stops growing because he's milked all the Cowshe users, right into Polymarket, pump them all the way up until he's milked them and he sees like level growth on followers, then ditch them all and start shopping around as being like a bill posting CEO KOL for a prediction market.
Could be the case. So I'm not getting.
Guys, I am giving you gold. Gold.
Just follow Nick's strategy. You'll be good. So I'm not gonna go over all of them, but check it out because we have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly post this one because due to the confusion. Cowshe badge pumps
Polymarket tools.
Polymarket
okay, this is a first. It's interesting. Yeah. So check it out. It's Money Fetish and with a 1 instead of an I. He posted it. It was yesterday. Yes. So nice to have these lists. So it just shows how the ecosystem is growing. Noah, why are you? Feel free to keep posting. I'm just going to go for Noah here. So we mentioned history of him a couple of days ago. He was just saying how Cowshe started to have parlays. They introduced parlays there, and then he shows DraftKings. It seems to be a stock here, just falling like 15%. He's trying to make a relation between these, because DraftKings is one of the top places where people go to play parlays. I mean, not necessarily a direct correlation between these two facts, but it's just curious to see how the new prediction markets are potentially going to take all these old massive platforms that has been around for.
Yeah, I reckon people like DraftKings and that might adapt quite quickly. I was having a chat. So yesterday I had a friend round. We're probably going to have him on the show. He is, we might have a couple of them because I know some betting OGs, right? Like guys have been doing it for a while. And he was talking about like how there's probably quite a lot of traditional betting companies sitting looking at the world right now and going, we need something new, right? We need to invest in the future of this stuff. And he's like, so we might start seeing, like, DraftKings is like the new team of the old guard, right? Like they switched things, and prediction markets, I think, can be like, it's a stepping stone on what DraftKings did, right? With fantasy and stuff like that. So I think like you could see somebody like DraftKings going on chain or doing a partnership with Cowshe or buying into Cowshe or Polymarket and figuring out how to integrate with them, or just they've got enough money to straight launching a competitor.
Yeah.
Right? They've got the Web 2 audience.
They have the audience already. Maybe it's easier to introduce them.
If a big Web 2 company decides to do this, Polymarket and Cowshe will suffer immensely. You know how everybody in the prediction, my take on what's going on right now is everyone else building prediction markets, including us, right? But like everybody, unless you're building tools for prediction markets, you're fucked right now because nobody can hear anything except from Cowshe and Polymarket. If DraftKings launches a prediction markets tomorrow,
imagine.
Best be sure that those two will have problems.
Imagine they launching prediction markets for the elections.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Or even just go head to head on sports. Yeah. Let's be honest. We all know the volume in Polymarket.
Sports,
And Cowshe's in sports. They're sports betting companies. They're not prediction markets right now.
Yeah.
right? Because for a prediction market, you need to start seeing them aggregate the data somewhere else that we can use in media and for understanding the world, and we're not
Yeah.
there yet.
So moving forward, Getting Douglas was making a question here. So in the Will Taylor release a song before October 3 market, I saw traders arguing the wrong interpretation of the rules. I corrected them. Should veterans correct rules misunderstandings or let the market figure it out? It's curious. So basically, okay, if people are not understanding the rules and you can spot that in the comments, we saw how rules can be sometimes misleading, and we saw a lot of clarifications in the rules with the Lord Miles markets. So he's asking here, okay,
Yeah.
would you provide clarity to rules if you were spotting that people are getting this wrong? What's your take? What would you do?
Oh, that's a
Would you
hard
be
one,
the,
right? Depends
would
what
you be the good
direction.
Samaritan?
Well, or would you just, is it, so that's the thing, like, is that a competitive advantage as being a trader? Yes. Understanding rules better than somebody who doesn't understand the rules is a competitive advantage, and it's
Yes.
something you can learn. Would you want to teach other
Yes.
people who you're taking money
Yes.
off of about the rules? Probably not,
Yes.
right?
It is skill.
You would need to be incredibly egalitarian to do that. Like
Yeah.
you would I mean, maybe if you opened it up publicly and you were allowed to publicly suggest rule changes, maybe, right? But then people might suggest rule changes. If we think about it, look what happened in UMA, right? Like the debates that go back on UMA, like what that's going on already on Polymarket, right? This back and forth, update the rules. This isn't clear. This, if you're in their Discord, you see the clarity being trying to be worked out by the traders. Yeah, but if you're intertrading a market and the rules are really strange and vague, you can make money.
Yeah. But dude, so
But if you're waiting for a conclusion and you're like, well, that could be interpreted in two directions, why the
my
fuck
my
would you
point
wait
is, if
and see
if
what
if the
the
rules are
outcome is?
not clear, just don't touch that market. You're putting the odds
Yeah.
against you. So I would say no. I'm not gonna be the good Samaritan, but not because it distorts market price. Not at all. I disagree with the. I'm not gonna click no here because it doesn't distort. So we
Yeah.
need to understand that people.
Another option would be good,
Yes.
wouldn't it?
So you don't need to help anyone to trade. If people don't understand the rules or if they don't know what they're trading, they should not trade. And it does not distort
Yes,
because the
exactly.
market will include people with lack of knowledge, with lack of skills, and that's the price of the market. So when we think about prediction markets,
And
we want
also,
variety
how
of
do they
people.
think they make money?
Yeah.
How do they think they make money? There's everybody in, like, let's look at crypto for a moment. Everybody's crying because retail's not here. Why are they crying because retail's here? Because they can't take their money.
That's correct. That's
Like
true.
that's what it's not like. Oh, I want to see the price
That's
go up.
true.
You need to be an idiot to not realize that when retail arrives, you're selling your asset to those guys to hold for the next run, so you can cash out. Now it's
Yes.
like,
It's a
yeah,
PvP game. It
it's
is
a,
a PvP game. Yeah.
yeah.
That's it. Uh,
That's my cynicism,
It is,
right?
but I mean, it's not being cynical. I mean, it's being realistic, I think. So I would say no, but I think that this is not a good option.
It's not good. Yeah, it's not. It's not the option you would.
Kalshi will be on every major crypto app in next 12 months, says John Wang.
How though? Like, okay, John, what do you know that we don't,
He
John?
knows something about Kalshi. So
Tell me, John.
if
John,
you
give
if
me
you
the
are out there
information.
listening to us, I believe the guy from Rumble would be a good help. Please send me a DM and tell me, how do I fix this? I don't know. I tried. ChatGPT cannot help me. I cannot open any links.
What was
I
this?
cannot open links.
Oh, you can't
I can't
fix it.
fix this. This
That's it.
has
It's
been
over.
like this. So I have to open these links on my phone and send to my computer. That sucks. Anyway, if you're interested to learn more about what Kaushi is going to do and how they are going to move to crypto, the blog has an article on that. I'm not gonna go through that, but if you're curious, check it out. And now we finally know how he looks like. I'm not gonna.
Well, let's have a look.
I'm not gonna say, but he.
How's that? Okay.
Yeah,
Hi. We've not met you,
he looks
but we talk about you a lot in a weird, creepy way. Should I just should right now? I'd be like, "Hi, John. Can you hear me?"
yes.
Should I just?
No, he's in Singapore. He's in Singapore. He will not gonna.
It's
Dude,
tweets.
he's
He's not.
probably
He's
in
not
one
like.
of the 500 side events going on at Token 2049. Probably.
No, he doesn't need to go to side events. He's sitting in a cafe across the road from the side event. I learned this thing as well. People who actually know what they're doing and are important hold up in a place very close to the event and have meetings all day.
Okay.
This is a couple of VCs told me that. A friend of mine did that, and I didn't know he was. I was staying at his house, and he didn't tell me that he was down the road meeting other people at the event that I was at. And I was like, "You coming?" And he's like, maybe." And then I met somebody who knew him. He goes, "Yeah, I just had lunch with him." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Okay.
So important people don't go to events unless they're speaking.
Okay. Yeah, he was clearly speaking here.
I think.
Okay.
I see.
Okay, next one. And dude, this one is just curious. So, in light of the Sora slop renaissance, what's stopping someone from making an app with branching multi-outcome AI generated TikToks that you can bet on? So, dude, it was really, I mean, I find this really interesting. So, basically, you see this lady here with a rock on a bridge with made of glasses, and
Yeah.
does the fat lady break the bridge? Yes or no? If she doesn't, do the police arrest the fat lady? Yes or no? What happens after that? This is fun.
Oh, but this is
This is
great.
fun.
This is so much
This is
fun.
fun.
Wait a minute, who was this? What post was it? Who did this one?
Field violence. Is his handle.
What's his handle? So I can find
Field
him?
violence.
Field of Violence?
Field.
Oh my
Yes.
god. Dude,
So
dude. Chill.
can I have
Chill
$5
for a
for the
minute.
$1 trillion idea? Dude, this is actually a good idea. This is
This is-
actually a pretty fun idea. So just wanted to shout outs to this one. It was a pretty cool idea actually. Okay. Okay, something interesting. Dude, I think it's just too much. I cannot go over everything.
No, maybe we save some stuff for tomorrow, right? Because
Yes.
maybe everybody's a bit like,
Let's see what
I was
else.
out
Okay,
partying last
this
night. No, I'm nothing to do with you guys.
this one is cool. So let's go. Polymarket has Trump winning the Nobel Peace Prize at 2%, while some traditional bookies have him at over 70%, which is mispriced. That's why we need prediction markets. It's the same thing about the US elections once again, but with a huge spread here. And then he shared the link here. Once again, I have this shitty problem on Safari, so I cannot open links. But yeah, basically he shared the link here, and check it out. It's do your own research underscore 0x.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. I think your link problem is because it's blocking tracking links. So when you click on it, it immediately goes from Twitter tracking link to URL. So you need to actually get the clean URL.
Maybe, yeah. I
That's
gotta check it out. But yeah, that's the kind of arbitrage opportunity. Or I mean, I don't know. You could buy positions on both of these markets, which is not financial advice, of course. But yeah, you could buy positions on both of these markets, and you could make some money in some of them for sure.
I just want to say that we offer no advice on this show.
No advice at all. Maybe some life advice.
No advice.
Maybe some life advice. Yes. So let's go. Kaushi, this guy, he doesn't have okay, he has a Pudgy Penguin badge, but he should
We've covered this guy before. He's done some
start
good
last
content about a month
Yeah.
ago. No, I know who he is. Okay, so this guy does sort of exposés on
Mhm.
people, on famous
Okay.
people, right? and I'm not 100% sure how valid he is as a source around
But
that stuff.
this is interesting. This is
Well, let's see. We can validate him better, but he did stuff on Kobe,
okay.
and like I've been around. Like I've met him, right? Like I've been in. Like I don't think he was very accurate or fair on what he was saying about Kobe,
Okay.
right? So I was just like, actually, you're just a gossip monger looking for. So I'm not going to be tagging
Yeah.
this post, right? Because I'm not sure how accurate. It's quite sensational, some of the stuff he writes, which I think
This one
is
was one of the only ones that I actually read before. So basically,
yeah. I think he stopped it after a while,
yeah,
but yeah, he was doing
it's
one
just a
every
kind
day.
of a short story about Kaushi. So Kaushi went from suing the CFTC and winning to speak at the first SEC CFTC roundtable in 14 years, which was earlier this week. Here is what really happened at the roundtable and what it means for prediction markets. So Kaushi was founded by with a simple idea: prediction markets as regulated financial products. And did you know that the co-founder of Kaushi, I forgot her name, she's Brazilian? Yeah,
Really? Oh,
yeah.
shit.
But when they tried to list election
Why don't you be like, meet her and get on Brazilian terms and be like, yo,
Portuguese
can we be your
Portuguese
permissionless
terms,
partner on
yeah.
chain?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe because we are building a prediction market as well. So they feel threatened. I don't know. Could be the case. So, but when they tried to list an election contracts in 2023, the CFTC blocked them. The fight went straight to court. For months, the case looked hopeless. Regulators argued prediction markets were just gambling under another name. Cauchy argued they were instruments for hedging real risks, no different from futures. Only a few months later, the SEC and the CFTC held their first joint roundtable in 15 years. Fuck, he said 14 years here. What the fuck? Time flies, right? So the
The
focus was
accuracy issue.
harmonizing rules for crypto and new markets. But we had Aggie here in the show on Monday, and she just said, okay, that was the promo, but was not what happened. So
Yeah, so there's a difference. There's a disconnect between somebody we had on the ground. We didn't have her. She was there on her own volition.
Yeah.
But she was there. She reported from the ground versus
Yeah.
this guy who's just reading the paperwork, right?
Yeah. So the focus was okay. Cauchy CEO Tarek was invited as a main speaker, reminded that in 2023 they sued the CFTC. Now he was there as a guest. Mansour pushed it on 3 points. A level playing field, so incumbents and newcomers must follow the same rules. Legal uncertainty is slowing innovation, and prediction markets need clarity to scale beyond a niche. It's true. So he also showed the numbers from 687 markets last year to more than 2,000 this year. September was their biggest month ever, with almost $3 billion in volume. Cauchy is up from 3% to 6-7% market share in 1 year. 4 million users. Prediction markets are no longer small. Cauchy used it the same week to announce new products, first fully customizable, the parlays that we mentioned, and a 3-year deal with StatScore, secured live data, sports data. Partnerships with Solana and Base. Was 2 weeks ago. Anyway, the roundtable.
They're more like sponsored partners, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah. So the roundtable ended without binding rules. That's not the point of a rounding table, you know.
Yeah,
They
no,
will discuss, and
not.
then the rules will come or not in the future.
Yeah.
But for this first time, Kaush is no longer an outsider, not even Polymarkets. It is the both CEOs.
Why is he saying not even Polymarket?
I don't
Like,
know.
it's like he's acting like it was a. Is he trying to get a Cauchy badge?
It seems so because I
That's
only
a really imbalanced. That's a
It
really
is.
imbalanced
It is
look
imbalanced.
at that. That's like dudes after her. See what I
It's
mean
a
with
good
these people?
it's a good overview
Like,
of history. That's why I select this one here.
yeah. But it was like be a bit more balanced. And who was that? Who? It wasn't Cauchy that made it happen. It wasn't Polymarket made it happen. It was both of them, right? Like talking about one guy who'd never even got the finger given to him.
That's the thing.
It's just like they didn't go fuck you, Kalshi. They said fuck
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
Polymarket. You know.
Yes, dude. I gonna save this last few ones for
Yeah.
next
We can
one
cover this
because
stuff next
we
week.
have, yeah, next
Because it's
week.
been it's kind of been, it was a bit of a quiet week because of Totem 2049, right? And
Yeah,
the news started at the beginning of the week, and everybody kind of caught up later.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So that's it. I miss you or only one Rumble viewer. Shout
I
out to
know they
you.
popped up. You were just in the middle of a roll, so I couldn't send. But shout
Okay.
out to our one Rumble dude who comes in for like 5-10 minutes, listens to the rants, and then leaves. Dude, you are gold. You are diversified. You are diversity in
Yes, that's
our
it.
streamings.
We need
I
more of
mean,
that.
we get and to let everybody know we've got a counter in front of us, which doesn't count Twitter people, but it counts YouTube people and Rumble people and Instagram people. We have nobody on Instagram because we don't really care about Instagram. YouTube, we will never be shown on there, I don't think, because YouTube's algorithm is like totally geared towards huge creators. But Rumble, thank you, Mr. Teal, um, gives us one viewer every day from Rumble. So thank you. The discovery algorithm is entirely geared towards old big accounts.
Yeah, that's it. And of course, if you're watching us and listening to us on Twitter, thanks a lot. Thanks for your
Yeah.
thanks for being here, spending some time with us. Make sure
And we're
to
here
follow.
every day
Yeah,
except from Fridays
for September.
and Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, because
We're here Monday to Thursday
we have
at
stuff to
8
do on this day.
p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern time or 1 p.m. UK time right now. And if you're in the chats, like just we'll shout you out, like because you're our people. You guys are showing up and hanging out and chatting with us live. So, like, say things, and we will be like, "All right, let's talk about that," or post something you thought was interesting, and we'll bring it up and chat. This is a conversation. We've got a few more guests coming on over the next few weeks.
That's it.
I don't want to say who they are yet, but they're building pretty cool stuff. I'm hoping for really interesting debate because I have some clear opinions and other people have their opinions, and we're allowed to talk about those and not be tribal about it.
It.
So yeah, I think it's an interesting few weeks ahead of us.
Yeah.
Particularly that now that October looks like it might be in full play.
It seems so, right? Bitcoin is
I
at
reckon we're
108,
having a
right?
pullback in October. I suspect a bit
Let's
of a
see.
fake out and then a run into the November period. But let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Solana at $1,000. Everybody, please.
Let's create a market. Let's create a market at Groovy. So go to playground.groovy.market and you can create a market if you think that Solana is going to be at $1,000 by when? The end of the year? End of the month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of the year, end of December. I'll take Solana at $1,000 end of December. That's that. I'm gonna bet yes on that market when
Yes.
somebody creates it, just
So,
to put that energy out into the universe so it comes back to us.
so if you're listening to us, go to playground.groovy.market, claim your free tokens there. It's free money. Create your market. And Nick and I, at least we are going to go there and I will buy that position as well. Because if Nick is excited about Solana, I will become as well. That's it, guys. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for joining us for one more day. We will be back on Monday, covering everything that's going on prediction markets, and of course, showing you what we are building at Groovy. That's it.